This is Leanne Alanis, and this is my presentation for the appendicular skeleton. Start with the pectoral girdle, which includes the clavicle and the scapula, the acromial end, and the sternal end. With the scapula, the coracoid process, okay, and the subscapular fossa, the glenoid cavity, the spine, the acromion, the the supraspinous fossa, or actually here, and then the infraspinous fossa, sternoclavicular joint, and acromion clavicular joint. And this is how skeleton is attached to the ribs, sternum. Go to the arms, the humerus, the head of the humerus, the greater tubercle, the lesser tubercle in the back there, the deltoid tuberosity, the medial epicondyle and the lateral epicondyle, the coronoid fossa, and the humerus fits into that, the capitulum, the head of the capitulum is over here, I'm sorry. The head of the radius articulates with that one. The trochlea articulates with the trochlear notch of the ulna. And then the olecranon fossa, and that's where the trochlea goes, which is right in there. Okay. Next is the forearm, which is the ulna. And the olecranon is right here. And the coronoid process right in there. And the styloid process is in here, right there. Okay, now on to the radius. Radius, head, radial tubercle, and styloid process. Now on to the carpus, and it is the scaphoid, the lunate, the triquetral, the triquetral, and the pisiform. Or, I'm sorry, the pisiform. And then the next row is the trapezium, the trapezoid, the capitate, and the hamate. And the bones that form the wrist joint with wet forearm, it's the carpal bones to the radius. And then which bones form a joint with the pollex? It's the metacarpals. And these are the metacarpals. These are the phalanges. And then this is the pollex. Now on to the pelvic girdle. This is the pelvic girdle. The hip bones are the coxal bones. And the hip bones, this is the pelvic girdle. Hip bones are the coxal bones. And the three bones that fuse during the development of the skeleton to form the coxal bones is the ilium, the pubis, and the ischium. Okay, then carrying on with the pelvic girdle, is the acetabulum, which is right here. Actually, it's right there. And the pubic symphysis, which is right here. The obturator foramen is the hole right here. The iliac crest is up here. The anterior superior iliac spine is right here. The iliac fossa, it's right here. The greater sciatic notch, it's right in here. And the ischial spine is right in here. And then the tuberosity is right there. Okay. Now moving on to the femur. The femur is the head. Here's the femur. Here's the head. The femur. There's the greater trochanter, the lesser trochanter, the abductor tubercle, right here, the medial epicondyle, here, and the lateral is here, and the patella is here. Okay, moving on to the tibia. Tibia, medial and lateral epicondyles. Medial, lateral. Medial, lateral. Let's see, where am I? Proximal and distal tibiofibular joints. Here, proximal, distal. Now onto the fibula head, and lateral malleus. Now next is the tarsus. And these are bones. What bones do is the talus articulate with it, which is the calcaneus, which is the heel bone on the back here. And then the next set of bones are the calcaneus, the cuboid, the navicular, and the medial, intermediate, and lateral cuneiform bones. The metatarsus, the phalanges, and the halix. All right, that completes my presentation. Thank you.